To me, it looked like a leprechaun. To me, all you got to do is look up in the tree. Who here seen the leprechaun taglines? You know, Leprechaun in Mobile.
I know. Who else saw Leprechaun?
Yeah, everyone's like,
yeah, I have one tagline.
All right.
This time, luck has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, pretty unlucky to have to watch this one.
I rolled snake eyes on this one.
No, that's the third one. That's the third one in Las Vegas.
I'm not there yet. I just got ahead of myself.
Oh.
Next time, you'll actually have to buy it.
With a budget of $2 million, an opening weekend USA gross of $672,000, and a USA gross full total of $2.2 million, with one neck break with the force, one tooth ripped out, one finger ripped off, one pair of breasts, one face in a lawnmower, one strangulation by phone cord, two forks stabbed into hands, one face melted off with an espresso machine, one pot of gold growing inside of a stomach, one run-down person by a go-kart, one walking skeleton, two stabbings in the chest, and one exploding leprechaun, spoiler alert,
Oh, fuck.
5 deaths in total, 6 if you count the leprechaun, with a 4.5 on IMDb, no reported Rotten Tomatoes score, and no reported Metacritic score. It's 1994's Leprechaun 2. Let's drop some bombs.
I'll see you in hell.
You one of the car people?
We prefer the term angels. It's more dignified.
Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
Think you like it good?
You lying to me, boy?
What?
You heard me, you piece of shit. There ain't nobody call nobody for 30 seconds. Hell, you can't even dial that fast.
I've been waiting 20 years for this. April Fool, assholes!
Welcome to Bombs Away, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me inside the studio, as always, is Mr. Vicente Morales.
Happy to be here.
Okay. And Mr. Tyler Rowe.
Top of the morning to ya.
God damn you.
Today.
I'm Irish. It's cool.
Same.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Vicente is too.
Yes.
Oh, and today we're talking about the sequel to the Jennifer Aniston kind of horror movie of 1993. It's 1994's Leprechaun 2. So, this was a movie.
Yeah. I feel like both Leprechaun movies are just like movies.
I mean,
Leprechaun was released by Trimark, right? They took a chance on it because the writer of the story really wanted to make the story because he got inspired actually by the Lucky Charms. Really, by Lucky Charms.
Really?
He saw the commercials. He's like, but what if instead of a kid's cereal, this guy would come after the kids and eat the kids? So they went from that concept, and then it went from really horror to just comedic horror, and that was because of the main star,
right.
Davis. He wanted
Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Francis. Chubby.
Yeah.
Chubby from Teen Wolf. Yeah, Chubby from Teen Wolf.
Well, Francis is in Leprechaun 1.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Chubby from Teen Wolf. So that's basically, and in this one, what I read about it wasn't even really a continuation of the sequel because none of the original ones.
Not at all.
Jennifer Aniston and the original cast that's supposedly from, South Dakota or something like that up there in the Midwest.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere.
So
they're not there.
Let's catch people up previously on the Leprechaun. Okay? So, the Leprechaun in the first movie, straight up, let me see if I can sum this up. This is a year ago of me trying to remember this, by the way. Anybody rewatch it?
I did.
You did. Okay, so you can stop me.
Yeah, basically the way it's summed up is that it's not even a foreboding introduction of the leprechaun. It's some guy who comes from Ireland, from burying his dead Irish mother. He found him, never seen the scene, never seen where he steals the gold, and now he's got gold.
Yeah.
And the leprechaun came from
He
him.
had some gold. The leprechaun came from him. He killed his wife. He killed him, but not before he locked him inside of a crate. And the leprechaun is afraid of shamrocks. And
Yes,
so,
4-leaf clovers. It has to be
Yeah.
a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, and so there's a 4-leaf clover that's left on the top of the crate, and he can't get out of the crate because it's left on the crate.
It's too heavy because he's so small.
Yeah. Fast forward 10 years later.
Right, and now somebody owns this house, and the crate's in the basement, and Jennifer Aniston and a couple other people come and try to fix up the house, and then somebody takes the shamrock off the crate, and
Releases.
they release the leprechaun, and they also happen to have found the gold that the old man hid, and then basically chaos ensues, hilarity ensues, I guess.
Yeah.
And
a
by the
series
end of it,
yeah.
they take and they throw the shamrock in his mouth. Is
They,
that correct?
They shoot it with a slingshot.
That's
yeah,
right.
the youngest actor
Yeah.
shoots it right into his mouth.
The kid from Mrs. Doubtfire
Corey
Yeah.
Feldman's stand-in.
Yeah. Yeah.
shoots the 4-leaf clover into his mouth, in which he then disintegrates and falls into the well.
Yep.
End of story. Right.
End of
Yep.
story, and that's where we leave him off in the northwest over there.
Right.
And now we're here in LA.
Right.
I don't know how
With
he
a
got
giant
there.
Tree in the
No,
middle
we're
of,
actually-
the set of La La Land.
We're actually in
Up on-
Ireland.
Oh, in the
first.
beginning.
Oh yes, the
Ireland, Echo Park, Ireland,
Griffin Park Observatory.
Griffith Park Observatory.
Okay, yes, you're right. We open in ancient Ireland.
Ancient Ireland.
1,000 years ago.
Yes.
1,000 years ago.
Okay.
So it'd be 994.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
994.
BC,
Math.
80.
Yeah.
80. 994 AD.
Yeah, and this guy's being chased around, and so when we told you the backstory of the first movie, which, by the way, just go listen to that episode of me and Jared doing Leprechaun 1 as well, so you can get a full rundown of that if
Yeah.
you're interested. But when we tell you all of what we just told you, that don't mean shit.
This movie,
Absolutely
this
not.
movie straight up was just like, yeah, fuck that bullshit.
The only thing that continues is that he's a leprechaun. That's it.
Yeah, in the first movie, he says he's 200 years old.
Yeah.
In this one, in the literal starting of the film, they're like, "Oh no, he's over 1,000."
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, so yeah, they just throw caution to the wind and
Yep.
just basically restart from scratch, essentially.
Right?
Mhm.
But
That's
still
true.
call it 2.
Yeah.
So there's this guy. He's got a collar on his neck. He's being chased around Echo Park, and/or Ireland.
Yeah.
And finally, the leprechaun uses the force and chokes him out.
Chokes him out. He's like, you need to let me marry your daughter. She.
Well, so basically, he says, "I have to find me a bride."
Yeah.
Right. Which is never explained why.
Because he's 1,000 years old.
Yeah, but why?
Because he gets to get a bride when he's at every 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Damn.
I know, Jonathan. You got what? 960 more?
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are.
So, and it's weird because you're just you just get a bride, I guess, or you want a bride, but there's no. I know that he says he wants to make a litter with her.
yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, that's really
That's
weird.
really weird.
What if that's
'Cause I
actually
was
what happens,
you
though?
consider yourself an animal?
Oh, fuck yeah. He's fucking.
Yeah. I'm a wee fucking animal. And so he goes, so the way this whole bride thing works is if she sneezes 3 times,
Without being God blessed.
Blessed by
It's
God,
specifically
yes.
God blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can say bless you, but it doesn't work.
They gotta
You have to
be
say God bless
yeah,
you.
They gotta be Christians.
yeah, so if she sneezes 3 times, becomes your bride.
Yeah.
So fuck, like, there's just some dude out there, like, just like, I'm on a sneezing fit. No, oh god, no, not a third.
Achoo! And the leprechaun appears. He's like, huh? Oh shit! It's just some big fat dude. Like,
and we see in this movie that the only actor to return is Warwick Davis, who is the eponymous leprechaun.
Which, I mean, you know what? For all of everything else that's horrible in this, like, he's fucking rocking it.
oh, every single one. He's the only person there that's like really even putting any effort in.
Right?
He's having fun, man. He's
Yeah.
having fun. If he's gonna play that monster, he's gonna have as much fun as he can.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get to In the Hood when he gets out of that car and he says, "What's up, ninjas?" You know they wrote the N-word in the script, and he's like, "I'm not doing that."
My ninjas.
Yeah,
Is that what he said?
Yeah, what is he? ICP?
Yeah. And so the guy turns out to be his slave,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And which there's so much, like, you're like, is that Irish lore, or did you guys make this up? There's so much of that in this film.
Yeah, this movie has a weird reliance on incorrectly understood Irish folklore.
It actually has a weird reliance on, like, fuck it, you just believe it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Don't question
Yeah,
it.
because it's really weird because they always explain that leprechauns are tricksters and everything like that, and it's very tied into, you know, Irish Roman Catholic beliefs of them being like that, because in and of itself, succinctly, leprechauns were supposed to be angels that were cast out of heaven that didn't fight against God. They were the neutral ones. They didn't want to do anything with the whole battle.
Shit, I didn't
So they-
see
Swiss midgets.
Supposedly they were cast out of heaven, and then
Midget
the
angels? Really?
Green Isles of Ireland were created for them. And so then the Irish came and they're like, oh, there are a bunch of leprechauns running around, just messing with you.
Goddamn green angels.
Gotta keep them off our land. ISIS.
Did you say ISIS?
ISIS.
Well, anyway, he's out there showing him his bride. Check out my new bride. And he's all like, I'm not getting in the way of that, master. You handle that.
Yeah.
And then the reveal is...
It's the slave's daughter.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the slave's daughter,
Right?
yeah.
He's like, oh no, anybody but her. And he's like, I be fucking. Basically. Because he's just like, looks like you and me are be related.
Yeah. Daddy.
Right? And like, this is what's so stupid about this, like, legend of, like, God bless you. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, he basically blows, like, pollen her way, and
Yeah.
she sneezes, and it gets up to the third, and immediately the guy's like, God bless you. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy's like, ah, fuck!
My one weakness.
It's so dumb because, like, you're like, wait, that's all it took?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have to wait another 1,000
Yeah.
years?
You don't just get another try?
Yeah, you can't just go to the next chick and be
Yeah.
like, or, yeah. Like,
Then he force snaps his neck.
yeah.
Click. He's dead.
Yeah. And then the movie decides that its credit sequence is to show us how lineage works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a it's like a family tree. It's just
Yeah,
like,
but just her.
yeah, just
Yeah.
her.
Just the girl part of the family tree.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also,
then-
I'm saying that they only interbreed with Anglo people, so I guess there's no mixing with anybody else during the years.
Have you
Right.
ever met an Irish person?
Yeah. That's not you.
No,
You're not
but
even. I don't even question this.
It wasn't like a criticism, but just for humor, they should have like thrown in somebody who's not, and just was like, oh, okay, that happened.
I don't know if
She's
that's the
black
joke they
Irish.
were. Yeah.
that just happened.
But what's funny about this is that, okay, so the credit sequence is like he unrolls a scroll to like look at the lineage,
Yeah.
right? And then it's just like it's zoomed in on that and it's panning over per generation and what that person looks like in an illustration. But then like halfway down, it needs to explain to us as an audience, being like, so then they got on a boat.
Yeah, the Titanic? Question mark?
Queen Mary.
Yeah.
That's how it got to L.A.
They made it to Long Beach.
Right? And then she was a scare actor.
She was in the pictures.
And then Disney bought it, and they said, we're going to build a theme park here. And everyone said, fuck you.
Was it Disneyport? I forget. Disney.
Westcott.
Westcott.
Yeah.
Ocean Disney. Yeah.
Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah, that's the weird part where I'm like, I could just figure out that somebody got across the sea, and that's why we're in L.A. This is like, nope, they're not gonna figure it out. They don't have any idea.
They're gonna think they're still in Ireland.
We gotta invent something that gets people across the water so that she can be in L.A.
Right. And then like every illustration's like, look at her at Victorian, look at her in like steampunk, and then look at her as a flapper. Right.
Yeah, as soon as they came to America, they became flappers.
Full on flappers.
Yeah.
Right. But then the next one after that is like, I'm like, I don't know what decade that is.
Well, also, who's updating this scroll?
Did he get it mailed?
Yeah.
He's
they're
got
like,
spies all over.
yeah, my family actually has an heirloom. It's
I feel like
ancient Irish scroll. I have to draw my portrait in it.
And you get to wear that jean jacket she was wearing or something like that in the last one?
Yeah, well, I think it's him doing it. Because he's been following because basically he goes to the slave, he goes, a curse on your family. Right?
Yeah.
Which, like, that's a funny part, too, is that people can just shout, a curse on your family, and
A
then you're
curse
like,
on your
oh,
family!
God damn it! You're just immediately, like cursed.
You didn't carry Madame Zeroni to the water.
Yeah, he says something about, like, a curse on your family and your seed. You know?
You're gonna bust cursed nuts now.
Unlucky, come!
Just, I can't get Harvard.
Your charms are unlucky!
Oh, fuck.
All your charms will be soggy in milk!
Okay, so we go through the scroll. We see the
You're
final...
over it.
Oh, like, we see that the last one... okay, she's modern time, 1994.
Also, right before that, I thought it was weird the title card where like basically he snaps the guy's neck and then his daughter runs over and just like screams in your face.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah, it's weird.
and they're like Leprechaun 2.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So then at this point, we're introduced to Cody.
Yeah.
Now, Cody is an on-the-street salesman for Dark Side Tours.
Dark side.
Which is like the Hollywood tours,
But spooky.
yeah, not a limo, in a
Hearse.
In a hearse, yeah.
Right?
Which is like a thing that they do in San Diego. If you've ever been to like Old Town, you can take like a haunted trolley tour, and it's really cool. But like it literally looks the same too. And yeah, it's just like I've never seen that ever in Hollywood, like a spooky tour.
Because I took the left. I shut him down. Painted it orange.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry,
Nah.
deep cut inside joke, folks. Sorry about that.
Fuck. But yeah, he's trying to get Ron Howard's ugly brother,
Clint.
Clint
yeah,
Howard,
from The Wraith.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
also from Rogue One.
Little
Well,
Nicky.
yeah, no, I was just from.
No, I know,
something
but I'm
that
saying
we've done.
also in Rogue One.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, any Howard movie.
Yeah, he's like,
in.
He's in Little
an Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man.
He
Little
is
Nick-
the Ice Cream Man.
Little Nicky.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Silent Night, Deadly Night, something.
Yeah.
Number 6 million.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I think it's 4.
Yeah. The one with
Yeah.
the brain worms, isn't it?
I don't know.
He's
Who
a
the
ra-
fuck
he plays a
cares?
radar. He plays a radar guy too, or something like that.
Yeah. So, Evil Speak.
Yeah.
We'll do that
yeah,
one eventually.
Definitely.
So,
Hey, you guys know what my brother is?
right? I was at Apollo 13.
He made four. Oh wait, that's not Forrest
yeah.
Gump.
He is.
Apollo
He's one of
13.
the-
He's in every Howard movie.
He's one of the work. Yeah,
more
the-
than likely in Willow too. I can't tell
No.
where.
He's like
one of the rat guys.
No, that's oh shoot. Never mind.
Ron Howard. Every time he makes a movie, he's like, oh fuck, I gotta put my brother in it.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'll just make him be some fucking ugly guy.
He's like the original James Gunn.
yeah.
It's like his mom calls him. Remember, are you making a movie? Remember, to put your brother in it.
Right.
Mom, I don't want to. Remember, put your brother in it.
Put Clinty in the film.
Fine, I'm gonna make him some fucking ugly underground dweller piece of shit.
Troll shitbox.
Yeah.
That's nice, dear.
As long as you guys get to spend time on set.
Mom, I was in the film. I know.
They put me in it, Mom.
And here's another thing. Okay,
Right?
so they're there, and it seems
Brycey, put your uncle in Jurassic World. But he can wear high heels. He can do it.
Oh man, just imagine Clint Howard just like dumb thick though. Just
Pricey, put him in the lady in the water.
And then, so we're in
Oh.
modern day LA, and we're seeing that he's trying to sell, suckers or anybody else and there's this line that he says. It's all like, well, if you're too scared, maybe Disneyland is more your speed.
Yep.
hey, fucking that place was scary.
Doing it.
But they agree. They get in the car. He closes the car, and then he just fucking walks off.
He's like, you just agreed to get slammed into a car and you're an out of towner. What
Right.
am I doing here?
Because-
Abducted in plain sight.
So Cody's girlfriend Bridget, right,
Yeah.
who will very obviously be the subject of the Leprechaun's affections.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Right.
cursed lineage.
Which is that the same actress as the daughter in the previous scene?
That I do not
I can't
know.
quite figure it out.
No,
She,
she doesn's look.
There's a lot of people in this movie who have no pictures on IMDb,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
to tell.
So she's like, we had a date tonight, and he's like, well, let me sell these people, and then like we'll go. So he sells the final tickets right there on the spot, and yeah, and then he slams the door and walks away with her.
And Clint Howard's in the window like, ah, like,
Yeah.
get me out.
And then they go across the bar because they're about to meet Uncle Morty.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So Uncle Morty is a drunk George Carlin ripoff.
Yeah.
He sounds like George Carlin. I
Yeah.
thought it was for a second. I was like, what is that voice? Who is that voice? I know that voice. Then I was like, he's doing like a George Carlin impression or something.
I love the depictions of Irish people in this movie. They're
Yeah?
all like drunk swindlers. And I just fucking love it.
Super over the top.
It's-
It's like midday and he's already drunk.
we haven't gotten past 1920 stereotypes.
yeah, right.
yet.
Like, oh, the fucking Irish, great.
They're not welcome here.
We just came out of that in a bar. Okay.
So Uncle Morty is there, and he's trying to sell his idea to franchise the Dark Side tours with other people.
Yeah.
To this guy who is clearly passed out drunk. Mind you, it is St. Patty's Day, but like this guy, it can't be any more than 3-5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's
Right?
early.
Happy hour.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's probably right around 5 because once this scene takes place, the next scene switches over and it's nighttime. So
Yeah.
these people could not have been waiting in that hearse for.
If I'm not passed out, piss pants drunk by 2 p.m., I've ruined my day.
And I love how the bartender is now serving Uncle Morty this like water and rye, right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's basically, it's water and rye. It's watered down
Yeah.
alcohol,
Mhm.
right? Because Morty hasn't paid his tab so far today.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta cut you off because you're not paying your tab and you're drunk. But like the guy next to him is passed out.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's died of alcohol
And the bartender
poisoning.
doesn't seem to care about that guy.
Nope.
Right?
Hates Irish people.
Yeah. So Cody comes in and he's like, oh, come on, man. You're drunk again. Let's sober him up. He does the ice water challenge.
No, so and then he says it's like, oh, I'll be right back. This will only take a couple of minutes. So he starts waterboarding, Uncle Morty.
Yeah.
and then trying to, sober him up.
And it's Uncle Morty who finally has the conscience enough to be like, I'm too drunk to drive. This kid was going to send Morty on the road.
Yeah. He's like, no,
Right?
it'll be cool. It'll be authentic.
Rule number 2, don't kill a paying customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? But then, like, he's like, oh, man, but rule number 3 is, like, never give a refund. So I got to go out and do this.
Yeah, right. I gotta do it myself, I guess.
So he's on the road with, and he has to tell his girl, he has to tell Bridget, being like, I'm sorry, we've got to take these people for a tour, and then we'll make a stop along the way.
Fuck on the side of the road.
Right. And this is where they go, and this is weird because they pull up to this house, which is just in like downtown LA, and he's like, this is the final resting place of Bela Lugosi, right?
Yeah.
And then this black lady comes out and is like, get off my property!
My husband is not dead yet. Get that shit out of here.
And the guy in the back, he goes, that's the final resting place of Bela Lugosi? then who the hell was that? And I'm like,
not Bela Lugosi,
Yeah,
you
like-
fucking
What did he
idiot.
say, like Nina?
dumbass, like,
What did he say,
people-
like Nina Lugosi or something?
But it's just so stupid because I'm like, yeah, people do live there after those people die.
Yeah, when someone dies in a house, they just have to tear it down and just get rid of it.
Yeah, you don't understand ghost properties, do you?
This is where Bela Lugosi finally died from his morphine addiction.
The death deed clearly says you tear it down after.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then at this point, he pulls up to the go-kart place where Bridget and him were supposed to go, and he drops her off, right? And she's kind of a bitch about the whole situation, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, rightfully so. They were supposed to have a date.
They're supposed to have a date, yeah, but like she should understand that his uncle, right, who
fucked up.
right,
Yeah.
like basically his uncle's a drunk, right, and he's literally trying to keep a roof over their head,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and that he would have to refund $300 worth, which is probably rent. Like you saw how shitty the apartment was,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like they're probably scraping by,
Yeah.
right? And she's just straight up being like, you know what? You don't have to pick me up. Maybe I'll get one of these other dudes to go take me home. And I'm like, bitch.
No, it's like, maybe they'll give me a ride. I'm all like, whoa, okay,
Right?
all right.
And straight up like walks in and meets this other dude who is like working there,
Yeah.
right? And she's like coming on to him just a slight bit, and immediately he's like, I'm gonna call out of work.
Yeah.
And
Always use your sick time for pussy.
Yeah. 1 hour before though, we want to get that point.
And at this point, we switch over, and now there's this homeless dude, right?
Yeah, drinking in the park.
Yeah.
And then
he like passes out with a bottle next to him, and
But
then
before that, the tour had stopped there, and they made it a point to say that was the Houdini estate.
oh yeah, this tree was donated by Harry Houdini. That's what the
Right.
fucking plaque
By the,
says.
Killarney town of
is
Killarney,
Houdini
Ireland.
Irish?
No, he's Jewish. I don't know why a Roman Catholic Irish town would be like, in the honor of
And
Houdini.
what they say was the resting place of him?
his
the tree
estate.
was donated.
Oh,
To his
because I'm like that
estate.
fool like died on stage.
He got
Yeah.
punched in the fucking stomach.
Yeah,
What a
he-
bitch.
he's buried in a mausoleum, the Houdini family mausoleum, but that
He
is
died like I feel like I'm gonna die. Just like, "Oh, pee pains.
Piss yourself to death. No, yeah, but the homeless man falls asleep and he drops the bottle and the tree fucking sucks that bottle up. It's like
apparently you don't need a blood sacrifice in an Irish tree. All you need is whiskey to drop in, and it'll bring the leprechaun back to life.
again, really good stereotypes of Irish people in this film.
And we drop of whiskey and a whole pint of Guinness, and then some boxing over top of the tree. Yeah. And later we're going to go to the planet of H2, where Luke lives.
We actually hate you two.
Fuck Bono.
I fuck heavy with the edge, though.
So then he's this homeless man is getting ready for some good old.
Can't wait for Brexit.
He's getting ready for some good old evening drinking. He's setting himself up and everything like that. And all of a sudden, this tree just decides to go, full
Just
Evil
opens
Dead.
its like pussy door.
Yeah, full Evil Dead blows up, and then boop, here comes the leprechaun.
Right?
He's like, he just chugs that dude's fucking liquor. How inconsiderate.
And then proceeds to see a gold tooth in the homeless man's mouth.
And just fucking rip it out.
I squirmed. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
God. Ugh.
Yeah, hobo mouth. Gross.
And that's normally always on demand by the executives from Trimark, because they felt that
What, a homeless dude?
no, the amount of where it goes from really funny and casually, humor to just gory horror, which they wanted it to appeal to an older audience. That's
Okay.
why he would always just be like, he'd go, "Oh, this is whimsical," and then boom, ripping that guy's tooth out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty harsh.
And pretty much spot on to this movie of just being like, all this crazy stuff. Here's some horror.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? What did that homeless man do to deserve that?
Right? So then, like we said, Bridget got dropped off, and then it switches back over, and the leprechaun meets some rich dude on the street.
Yes. And he shows him his fucking gold ring on his finger.
Yeah, at the Santa Monica Promenade.
Yeah, and he's like flexing on the leprechaun, and the leprechaun fucking just chews his finger off. Looks dead in the camera and says, "It's finger licking good." And it's like, what the fuck? You know, it took Freddy Krueger like 4 movies to just become a walking punchline. It took Leprechaun literally 30 minutes into a second film to just like be cracking stupid jokes.
No, dude, the first movie.
The first one too, I know, but they're still like not as bad as Finger Licking God. That's the worst.
Yeah,
now I'm playing with power.
Yeah.
Late dated 90s Nintendo reference.
Yeah.
Insert here.
Playing with his fucking power.
Now that's a trapper keeper. You just slap-banded me. Looks like we have a starter jacket. That's not... It's just...
I'm looking for my pot of pogs. My Beanie Babies will be worth something someday. They're not.
Does anybody have a boppet?
So the whole thing that I'm trying to like think about it in my head.
Street Sharks. Good.
No, because it's like
No, it's the Disney afternoon.
when they normally make a movie in a nondescripted Midwestern town or New England town or whatever town.
It's usually
in the
because of
South.
budget.
It's usually because of budget.
Yeah.
But they specifically geographically mark this as an LA movie. Mm-hmm. They start off in downtown on Broadway and 7th, and then all of a sudden they're by Laurel Canyon on this tours for the Houdini estate. And then, but this is the part I don't get. How did he get from Laurel Canyon all the way to Santa Monica Promenade?
Did you not see the movie?
They're just
the
wandering.
guy literally disappears and teleports.
Yeah, but it's just like
He's magical.
He's just bouncing around.
He's magically delicious, bro.
He teleports several times in the film. He's just like, goodbye.
I know there's a lot of holes in this, but like we're good here.
No.
Yeah, no, that one is actually explained too much as to how we can move around.
Okay, I get you.
Like literally, they're inside. You're worried about that? They're inside a fucking magic tree for half of this movie, bro.
Yeah, a big paper mache set.
They're literally inside a Knott's maze.
Full on.
It just looks like fucking brown butcher paper on the walls. Like some kids crinkled up really quick and like fucking stapled it.
So then
Chicken wire.
they always try to drive it home that it's very LA, it's very Hollywood. Apparently there's an agent trying to pick up, dwarves on the street to give him a casting about like, hey, if you want to make it big, give me a call.
I'm looking for a midget. Can't get those meth rocks deep enough in my ass.
So then we go back.
You guys want to be in Tiptoes?
We're gonna cast Gary Oldman. Fuck yeah.
So then we go back to the go-kart, right? And it's a little go-kart world thing that they're driving around. The Bridget and her new man that she's trying to pick on to make the other guy jealous. And that's when it makes a little turn for the worse because it gets a little predatory. He gives her a ride home, and then he's all like,
"Hold on, we missed something." So, we are introduced to like Morty and Cody's home life.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes, the pizza.
Yeah, and
the pizza.
yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on is that like basically Cody comes up and is like, "Morty, you can't keep doing it." He's like, "Shut up." Right? And then the doorbell rings and a pizza boy is there and he's like, 31 minutes. Thanks. And takes the pizza and slams it in his face.
Yeah,
right?
so he's a fucking cheapskate.
Right?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of Jewish people in this movie.
But did you hear what
It's
he
okay,
said?
so am I.
But did you hear what he said after though?
Yeah, what?
If only I could get beer for free after 30 minutes. He was trying to find a scheme how to get free beer.
Well,
if you
yeah,
get free pizza.
But okay, what I wanted to go on this is that like is like. Does anybody remember how the 30 minutes or it's free deal worked? I don't feel like it's this cut and dry.
It never worked.
Right?
Because they'd be like, oh no, it's 30 minutes from like
The time I leave.
the time I left.
Right. Yeah.
And it only took me 20 minutes to get here. Or, oh, it's actually 30 minutes from my watch. And it's like, your watch is fucking like slow. Or it's
it
like,
just says 29 at all times.
or they say, oh, actually, fuck you. And then they make you pay for your pizza.
Right, right? Like, if anybody's listening that actually got one for free, please write in. I will tell your story because I need to know, like, because it's one of those things that's been, like, in a trope.
It's been like
and
a pop
zeitgeist,
culture thing
right?
forever, yeah.
But did it ever actually happen? Like, the newest movie that I know that, like, used it even was Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
If you remember, he's like, come on, everybody else dropped the 30 minutes. Like, let's us drop the 30 minutes. He's like, no, get the fuck out of here, Peter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it was a big plot line of why he even lost his job.
Right? Oh, no, even newer than that, 30 minutes
I was going to say
or
30
less.
minutes or less.
30 minutes or less.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a real thing.
I don't think it was ever a real thing.
And now the current one in Domino's is if you have an accident with your pizza, within a certain amount of time, they'll replace it.
Yeah, if you're driving home with your pizza and it pisses its pants, they'll give you a free pizza.
If you have if you like, if you're walking, you have a stroke and it falls on the ground, they'll replace your pizza. If your dog gets into it, they'll replace your pizza.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
If
okay,
you have a
that's
peanut
weird.
allergy.
That's weird. Yeah.
No, watch the commercial. It's literally that. It's
Okay.
like a guy in the snow falls face first, and then they're like, "Damn it, no!" And then Domino's will replace whatever.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I feel like I'm not even worried about, like, if I get into an accident and I'm taking on my pizza.
You're just ahead. You're like, fuck my pizza.
Well, okay, true story. Okay, here you go. Here's one. Speaking of, I guess I would be a little concerned. So, my first accident ever, right? So, I had this, like, 1989, like, lime green Buick Century, like,
Oh
just
my
fucking
God.
beast, metal beast, right? But I was so proud of it because it was my first car and everything, right? And I think I had it for like a week or two, right? And I went to 7-Eleven and got a fucking big gulp, right? And I had it, and you know, like the older the car, the more flimsy and crappy, and probably even dry rotted it was.
Yeah.
The cup holder, right? And I turned right. I made a turn, right? And this fucking big gulp just
Dumped in your crotch.
dumped in the passenger side.
Oh fuck!
Right. and then
Do you have cloth seats?
Huh?
Do you have cloth seats or leather?
Yeah, but it was on the floor. Like it was just a river on the floor, right? And it crashed, and then the hot dog rolled off the seat, too, right? And out of the container and like onto the floor. And that was as I made the turn. And I don't know, just some stupid thing in me. I went, "Oh no!" Right, and ducked down to grab it all as I'm still completing the turn. And as I go to grab everything, like my head is obviously below the dashboard, right? And then my head springs back up when, right? I smash in the back of a giant van.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. So, I smash in the back of this van, and then I'm like, as soon as, like, I'm like, what happened, right? And I'm looking, and I'm like, I was so concerned about, like, ruining my floor, even though, like, it already fell on the floor. What was I gonna do? Like,
Drink it.
My arm turns into a vacuum and sucks it up? Like, what was I supposed to do? But I crashed into the back of this parked van, and there I am, and it's destroyed the full front end, right? And I just always remember just being like, why do I care so much?
My $2 hot dog.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we've established that.
All right.
So Leprechaun goes to 7-Eleven and he spills a soda in his neon car. And he says, "Oh shit,
that's a big bite." Oh, Should have got a sloppy. So, at this point, where are we? Oh, yeah. The camera also likes to push in on this moment that you think is going to be foreshadowing for something that probably would be the final thing. There's a lot of foreshadowing that goes nowhere. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So there's this thing where Morty is doing, he's doing this card trick, called the 3-card Morty.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's even, I remember he's
explaining it and how to basically trick the person into being like, you set the money on the table, and he's so focused on the money that he doesn't see your sleight of hand going on right here, right?
Yeah.
And the camera's even pushing in on his face as he's telling this story. You're like, this is how he's going to trick the leprechaun at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nope. They were just trying to fill this runtime.
Yeah, it was almost
but that should have been it.
Yeah,
right?
there was a whole Jedi mind trick that he's trying to teach him. He's all like, I might be a swindler, but I know I'm a con that can con a con.
Right.
But,
so to con the leprechaun.
Yeah.
Con.
At Dublin's heart, I stabbeth thee.
You can tell we really did just not like this movie.
Yeah, that's not inaccurate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, at this point, the go-kart worker takes Bridget home.
Yeah.
Right? And he's forcing himself on her again.
Yeah.
She's like, I said no, I have a boyfriend.
And I remember
and she's like, bitch, you dick tease, basically.
But what about all those chili dogs I bought you?
She's like, yeah, I got the chili squirts. I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we almost got in an accident from 7-Eleven.
And then it's all like, I asked for time off. She's like, no, you're just a tease.
Right? So, she's like, good night, and, literally goes upstairs, goes up the porch stairs, closes the door. As soon as the door slams, he hears, O'Brien, or whatever his name was, right? And immediately she's just downstairs in the open garage.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, fuck. Doesn't even think twice. He's just like, shit, she's down to fuck now.
Pussy makes you teleport.
Right? That's the funny part is that, there's this moment and there's a moment later on that we'll get to that, things happen simultaneously as other things are, done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, that wouldn't make... Anybody who has a brain would be like, what the fuck just happened?
No, yeah, this movie really relies on the characters all just being dumb as fuck. Straight up stupid.
Yes. So, at this point, I guess we learned that leprechauns can project holograms.
Yeah.
Right?
I always thought he was shape-shifting, but no, he's doing a hologram.
Right, because he's actually watching from a shelf.
Yeah.
Right?
Little cuck in the corner.
In the garage itself, right?
Yeah.
So, immediately, she's like, he's like, I thought you said no. She's like, yeah, but now I say yes. And he's like, okay.
All I need.
Right? And she starts taking off her shirt, right? This is the part that's weird to me, okay? Because obviously, Trimark was like, we gotta see some nudie.
We gotta show a boobie.
It went
Gotta
full
show a
Cinemax.
boobie, right?
Full
But,
Cinemax.
It is established because something that I don't know if it's before this or after this, but somewhere in this point is that Cody is still driving around those people in the hearse, right?
Yeah.
And now because Bridget wouldn't continue with him and wanted to hang out with the other dude, he is pissed, right?
Yeah.
He's not giving the tour properly. They're like, take us home. And he's like, okay, and just decides to peel wheels and run a red light, right?
Yeah, up here on the rails, you were my bitch girlfriend. You didn't fuck me.
Right? Meanwhile, this kid reminded me of what's it called? The main kid from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Totally.
Right? Just being like, oh, you're the virgin who lit the black light candle.
Yeah.
She wouldn't fuck you. And so a police officer actually witnessed him run the red light, had him arrested, right?
Which is weird.
Well, no, had him arrested because he was driving a car as a minor with only a learner's permit.
Oh, and with all those people in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And endangering the lives of people in his vehicle, like on from a business standpoint.
Oh shit, they're supposed to be that young, huh?
Yeah, so
that's
let's
really
go
weird.
And that's where I was going back to this nudity thing, where I'm like, okay, so he is underage because basically they won't even release him to Morty without him proving that he's his legal guardian.
Yeah.
Well, if he has a learner's permit, that means he's 15 and a half.
Yeah.
Yikes.
They're both in high school.
Right? So that means
they're fucking sophomores.
We're witnessing a sexualization of an underage minor here.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What is this, Vice Academy?
Yeah.
Oh, even they were of age.
Yeah.
And then the crazy part about it is that obviously this is a boob double, but if you notice, if you notice it, it's like they couldn't even get one with the same kind of skin tone because she's like really pasty, and then the other the boob.
And she also, I don't think, has breasts.
No,
it's like it's like the scene in Step Brothers where he's like, "Look at these things, look at them," and he points at his fucking like toned, oiled ass tan abs. It's like just a completely different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's awful. That she's like supposed to be like 15,
right?
That's pretty grody.
So like, this guy bends down and starts putting his face towards her breast like he's gonna motorboat him.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets motorboated, all right?
Right. Meanwhile, it switches over to what the Leprechaun sees, and there's just straight up like a dual blade like lawnmower just running where the breast should be.
Yeah,
full Peter Jackson.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Also, like, I get it that like he has powers and stuff, but like he can't like. Does he control physics too? Like the wind that would be going.
Well,
and
the thing is,
sound
like,
and
this would be honestly like one of the coolest kills in the movie
if you
but
showed
it's fucking off screen.
Yeah, you just see the shadow.
You just see his head like, and that's it.
Right.
It's like, well, that's fucking lame.
I still was just like, God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Right.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah. And then.
Leprechaun fucks around some more.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. At this point,
we're inside her house now.
We're inside her house. Cody comes with flowers, being like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And then straight up, the Leprechaun, from off screen makes her sneeze.
Yeah.
Right. And then Cody immediately is like, God bless, right? And like Leprechaun's like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, that phone, the phone cord just comes out of nowhere like.
It goes full Freddy Krueger for me right now.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Yeah,
you know, and then it goes like that.
Reach out and touch someone like I will be.
Yeah,
but I'd have to give it to this guy. This was one of the first smart horror movie moves I saw. The moment he had that cord on his face, he cut it right away with the obvious tool that's in the kitchen, a kitchen knife. In any other movie, most people are like, grabbing for it, and they don't know what to do.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then, so, basically, the Leprechaun's plan was to get her to sneeze, and then that didn't happen, so he decides to strangle Cody with the phone cord. Meanwhile, chase her around the house, hang up the guy who got chopped in the face with a lawnmower outside of her door for a scare moment.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Like fucking scream.
Right? When she opens the door, he must have rigged it up so that like Ferris Bueller style, so it came down and was like, ah!
My favorite part of this scene is when Cody gets choked by the phone immediately after fucking the Leprechaun like saunters around the corner of the like island counter in the middle of the kitchen. He's just like,
oh yeah,
I'm here.
He comes in through the window.
Yeah, he's like, hello, it's me. And then everyone's just like, all right, it's Leprechaun, whatever. That's cool.
There's a leprechaun in the scene. Yeah.
Totally normal.
And then without any establishment, right? He straight up like throws a perfect like spiral of like a fire poker.
It's like a javelin.
Right. He's not in an angle. Like he is tripped on something and he is face down on the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
He just fucking chucks it.
And he grabs a poker, right? And this is where it gets confusing because it is a fire poker. So you're like, what the fuck just happened, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it was like anything else, maybe if it was like, I don't know, a frying pan he hit him with.
Yeah.
And, like, right? But it is a fire poker. So it gets confusing because he grabs a fire poker, like, chucks it, like, just like a spear, throws it right at him, and the Leprechaun catches it, and it lights up like it's molten hot, and it burns his hand, right? And you're like, what the fuck? That fire wasn't on.
I know, and that's why I was confused when this happened too, because I was like, do they know at this point about the cast iron thing, or is that just
No, I just feel like
he just got lucky.
Nobody even knew that a leprechaun existed until this exact moment when it comes to the two of them.
Oh no, Cody was prepared. He's every night he's just like pumping iron, looking at pictures of the Lucky Charms guy, just like, I'll fucking kill him. Fuck my mom.
You know what's magically delicious? My fist in his face.
Just like he's doing fucking like buns of steel exercises.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he takes Bridget and he straight up just teleports and disappears.
Yeah, he's just like
right?
Gone.
And then I'm like, okay, so the movie's over.
Yeah,
right?
thanks for joining us, guys. Buy our t-shirts.
Well, that's what it should be, right? He literally disappears with her, takes her to the tree, right? And then like decides
he's like, nah, I'm not done having enough mischief.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like it's like you got her. Just make her sneeze 3 times and we're good, right?
There's no one else in that fucking tree.
Yeah, the
sneezing never comes back.
Nope.
Never comes back. So he takes her to his underground house,
cavern.
In this tree, and then like wraps her up in a canvas bag so that she's like tied down to the tree.
It got really weird
or something. And then he's like, "I'm going to have my litter," but I'm going to have to make facial changes to your face so they won't suckle. And you're just like, Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
It sounded like he was saying he was almost like a fly who was going to lay eggs in her and they were just going to burst out.
Dude, the Fly, but instead of Jeff Goldblum, it's Warwick Davis.
So it's just it's just a regular human and a midget to like put together. This is awful!
They switch and they come out medium size.
It's just me, 5'5".
And the only thing that keeps driving this movie...
that's chaos.
The only thing that keeps driving this movie is that he lost a coin. If not...
That's right, he's looking for a single fucking coin.
And that would be... The movie would be over unless it rolled right into his hand.
Right, because he dropped a bunch
dropped
of...
coin.
Yeah, he dropped a bunch of coins.
Right? I don't know why he was like having coins out.
He had them in his pockets.
Yeah. And he dropped that one singular shilling.
He was
and
looking
Cody
for,
has it.
He was looking for his bus pass, and he just dropped a fucking bunch of gold coins on the sidewalk.
I hate Sacagawea!
Who the fuck uses these?
So he's going through this whole thing that he always keeps hinting hard at. That I will be gentle on our wedding night. And it's basically he's going to like tear this girl apart or something like that. It is just really bizarre, that whole scene.
In folklore, leprechauns actually have like gigantic penises. Like that's actually like dead serious.
Like barb penis.
No, I'm making that up.
Like a cat.
That's not real. No, God, I'm so confused on the timeline of this movie.
I'm gonna rail ya.
When does he
So then he has the gold coin, and now he goes. Does he go back to Morty?
So at this point,
oh no, it's because of his arrest that he only knows where he could possibly start to look for his girlfriend. Because the hobo man is brought in because he's delirious and bleeding all over his mouth from his tooth being pulled out.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh God, this movie.
Yeah.
So it's like all circumstantial. He has to get arrested.
Thank you for that, because I actually wrote later on, been like, how did he know how to get to the tree?
Yeah.
Thank you.
They bring in the hobo guy. But well, by the way, and that guy looks like he's really bleeding over his face. He just wants to get help, and they're like, yeah, sure, buddy. Let's throw him in the drunk tank.
Yeah.
This is the only realistic part of this film. Is the way the police treat the homeless.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point, he's got her tied down, and he like decides to pour gold all over her
golden
like
shower.
abdomen.
Yeah, he's like, oh, rubbing all. I don't know. I feel like the director just said, okay, Warwick, just do what you want.
And then he's just like, I have a piece missing, and it's like, yeah, maybe because you pour gold onto people, just like randomly, and then so like he's like, I gotta go and do that, right, and go find the missing piece, right. So now we're taken back to basically the dilemma that is the first movie.
Yeah, literally the first movie.
Right.
I need to find my gold.
Yeah,
I need to find my gold.
which is I think all the movies, right? Is
yes,
like
literally every fucking single Leprechaun movie, he is missing a singular piece of gold.
it's just like get over it, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, because it's not like the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Well, it worked for Disney. Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah,
My piece of gold is mine.
Oh,
You best
God.
start believing in ghost stories.
Where is your piece of 8?
oh shit.
Like Bela Lugosi and his ghost deed.
Cursed Aztec gold.
When do they?
So at this point, yeah,
This is
I
where it
got
starts
you.
getting a little
No, I
confusing.
got you here. So he goes, "You can try to escape, but good luck." Right? And he like literally,
all right, bye.
literally lets her just roam around the tree, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
inside the tree, right? He's like, "I'm
Explore
gonna
her new house,
right?" And it turns out that tree is just a trickster maze. Like
Yeah.
she's not gonna get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. We see that later. They walk through a tunnel and come out literally next to it.
Yeah. And what's funny is he's like, you could try to escape, like, and, but good luck, right? And he runs through a tunnel and she's straight up. And this is that another thing where it's like, we don't even give people a chance to get out of the scene before she's just like, okay, bye. And like runs the other tunnel.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
At least be like,
Like
I'm
you couldn't
gonna wait for a second.
Like you couldn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, as this is happening,
Well, St. Patrick-
I wanted to say Rick and Morty.
That's yeah.
Cody and Morty are at the bar, right? And
Yeah. Meanwhile, St. Patrick's Day is in full event. That's
Sure.
what's happening in the background.
sure, and they're at the bar, and Cody is in the restroom, and then he sees a pair of heels like that look just like the Leprechauns underneath the stall,
He's just taking a shit, dude.
right?
Yeah.
And it walks around the corner, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Right? And who is it? Tony Cox.
Cox.
Yeah, dude. And Tony Cox is like fucked up in this movie. There's something fucking wrong with him.
He's like, he has this glazed
He's
look
like,
ah,
It's like, dude,
it's
fuck.
milk chocolate. You want some of my treats?
He's like, dude, it's gonna get better. You're gonna be in Bad Santa.
Oh, she be in blah blah, right?
You'll be in Me, Myself, and Irene. It'll
That's
get
right.
better.
It's just weird. He was
Yeah, he's a weird character.
Weird the whole time.
And he gives him a piece of like milk chocolate gold.
Yeah.
Which are just shitty candies.
Coin.
Yeah,
Coin.
they're always bad.
Yeah.
Like those coins. And then he goes outside, and then like fucking 10 other little people just roll through the door.
It's like
Yeah,
a dwarf convention.
what
Right.
the fuck?
Like Warwick was like, "Come be in my movie." Like,
Yeah.
in his
girlfriend
contract,
was
he's
there.
like, I have to have midgets in my movie.
yeah. And then, literally Morty is like, "Yo, the Leprechaun's at the other end of the bar," right?
Yeah.
Which is probably the best looking shot of the movie. Is this like there's like only
Yeah.
light on him? He's
Yeah.
down at the end of the bar, like
It's pretty
tapping his
conniving.
fingers,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, all right, right? And I love this is a world in which I think in the first one there was a lot of like, well, who the fuck are you supposed to be? Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Here it's just like because I think it's actually St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
People were just like, yeah, there's a little person at the end of the bar, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many other little people in this scene right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And so nobody's even giving it a question.
Yeah, no one
Right?
cares.
No.
And then especially us.
Yeah.
And then like Morty is straight up like gonna challenge him to a drink off, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, this is a
Myth-
otherworldly
Mythical
yeah.
Irish being.
Like, you
He's
think
gonna-
he gets drunk?
Yeah, he's gonna drink you under the table, man.
And he's like, of course it does. I mean, it fucks.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it whiskey dick, and then I can't have sex with your girlfriend.
Right? And so, coming back to an actual thing that plays off is the whole rye and water thing.
Yeah.
Morty is drinking that, and the leprechaun legitimately drinks an entire bottle of whiskey and actually gets drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
some of the
Right?
best scenes in this movie. When
Yeah.
he's drunk.
And then tries to float an ashtray across the room.
he can't.
his whole like
it's like, woo, woo,
Jedi mind tricks roll off because he's actually intoxicated.
That shit's so funny.
Meanwhile, like all the little people behind him are chanting like one
One
of
of
us.
And then Tony Cox is the last one left, and he's all like,
yeah. Google gobble, one of us.
Yeah. And then But that drinking contest goes nowhere.
Nope.
Like, it goes nowhere.
It's not how he gets tricked at the end again. Nothing.
Morty takes a bottle to the head, and he just shakes it. It's okay. Just go see where the leprechaun ran off to.
Yep. And then, while this is happening, we go back to Bridget, and Bridget finds an entire box of stereotypes.
Yeah, just like some old Guinness in the thing. Yeah.
Like Guinness, one of those, like, Irish pipes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a whole bunch of trinkets and an oar.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Yeah, just an oar.
And she's like, yes. And then she even practices.
She does. She practices.
Like
Yeah,
that.
with that ice pick. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that. Joe Pesci. Yeah. Right in the back of the base of the skull. Right there.
Basic instinct.
Oh, yeah.
And so, at this point...
They gotta drop in another LA scene. There's like, I gotta tell you, it's LA. Where is it? Espresso bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, with fucking Stewart.
With
from Mad TV.
Mad TV, Michael McDonald. Which he was only like 4 years away from joining the cast in 98
Sure.
from Mad TV.
Oh, yeah, he definitely looked
Oh,
like
fuck,
young.
he wasn't even in Mad
No.
TV
No,
yet.
he was 4 years away from joining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a serious actor. I'm gonna go far.
No, but I remember him, and this is a surprise that he was in this one, but because I got him confused, he was in another like really low budget, trashy, like raunchy vampire movie too. He was some sort of like LA bartender or something like that.
Interesting.
Well, stereotyped. Or typecast, I mean.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
he just plays man children.
And the mayor of New York in the Lady Ghostbusters, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think
No,
he's
isn't... No, the mayor of New York is freaking... No, but it's not him.
Yeah, that guy.
Because the mayor of New York is being escorted by Cecily Strong.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and
yes, yes,
he's
yes.
the Italian guy.
So, the Leprechaun, who the fuck? It melts fucking Michael McDonald's face off.
So basically, the Leprechaun is actually at the espresso bar now to sober up drinking coffee.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
sitting there just like...
drinking
right.
stereotypical
And the guy's
lattes.
just... Michael McDonald does not give a fuck that he's there. He's like, yeah, whatever, it's a leprechaun. It's
Well,
St. Patrick's
because
Day.
like I said, it's another thing where because he goes, all right, it's after midnight. St. Patrick's Day is over or something, or like at least it's closing time. I don't think it's after midnight.
Yeah.
Closing
Right.
time.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my coffee shop.
It has that whole late 90s aesthetic. I just hated it.
It looks like the
plot.
fucking coffee shop from Friends. It was pissing me off.
Yeah.
Actually,
I really got angry at this scene.
to me, it looked like the set that you would build if you were doing improv, sketch comedy, and you
needed a coffee
yeah.
shop. Yeah.
It was just like, here's some red walls and a really simple countertop.
And a fucking old ass espresso machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So he just takes and stabs a fork.
Oh, he stabs 2 forks into his hands to the table, so he's stuck
So,
there, and his
yeah.
face is in front of the espresso machine.
Yeah.
And as a person who's worked at a coffee shop, you don't fucking ever put your face that close to the steamers. Like, that is, like, regardless. Like,
Yeah.
he leans in and allows him to. And yeah, it fucking melts his face off. Which is actually kind of a cool kill.
It's cool kill. You're just like, okay, we're like this is a movie where it's like, how creative can we get?
Yeah, and it's like, thanks for killing this character I literally did not give a shit
And
about.
again, it's a forced scene by the executives who are trying to appeal to an adult audience, where it's like it doesn't move along the plot besides him sobering up, which is unnecessary because he could have sobered off screen. You didn't need to actually show a kill.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they Morty and Cody have read that the Leprechaun is hurt by wrought iron.
Yeah.
Right? Don't know where that comes into the
Yeah,
lore,
that's really fucking weird that just like crept up out of nowhere.
right.
We gotta shoot him with a silver bullet.
So that giant obvious safe that's at the go-kart
Yeah,
office,
right.
Obviously.
which is like there was a safe in the first one that the Leprechaun appears inside of
Yep.
in order to do the pogo stick kill in the pawn shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same safe.
Yeah.
Right?
So
They go to the go-kart.
and they get the leprechaun appears there,
Mm-hmm.
and their plan is to trick him into getting into the thing, the safe. It works.
Like pull Looney Tunes on it.
Yeah, basically, he crawls into it.
Wily Coyote.
Yeah,
him
they
in
do.
there.
Yeah.
Because basically there's a dog door.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he just crawls through the dog door,
And the safe
into
was
the
backed
safe.
up
Yeah.
into it, right?
Yeah.
And they shut the safe closed, and
They got him.
they got him. And then Cody goes into the back room, and Morty closes the door behind him and locks him in there, and is like, "All right, I've seen this. Now I get my 3 wishes." It's like,
Jesus
think you're
Christ.
confused. That's not a genie.
Yeah.
He wishes for the gold.
Yeah, because like you're supposed to get the pot of gold. You're not supposed to get wishes.
Yeah, he wishes for the pot of gold, and it appears in his stomach. And he's like, ah! He's like fucking freaking out.
Right. This is one of those situations where, like, if you're dealing with an evil wishing person, like I've watched 2 Wishmasters at this point. When you're dealing with them, you gotta be so fucking specific.
Yeah, be like, I wish for the gold, and nothing bad will happen to me.
Yeah. I wish for a pot of gold right directly in front of me
On the floor, and it's full. Nothing bad happens to me.
Here is my affidavit. Please sign. Okay, we're good. We are good right now.
Yeah, so he gets the pot of gold, and it's inside of him. It's pretty gruesome looking. And then he's like, I just want it out of me.
But you have to open the door.
And then doesn't he like wish for him to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's that easy, he could have just gotten out, you know?
Yeah.
So he gets out, and he's like, what's
There are
your
no established rules.
Yeah, I
No.
know. And he's like, what, you know, and he's like, I just want it out of me. And he's like, I can do that for you. And he just, with his gross ass fingernail, cuts him open and takes the pot of gold out of him. And
Dead.
Grandpa Morty is dead.
Morty.
It's just an unceremonious way for him to die, because it's like he seemed like he wanted something out of life, and in the end he's just like a guy who just wanted the quick chase, and then I'm all like, okay, let's rip him apart.
Yep.
Well, he's just a
Let's-
fucking asshole. So he
Let's
just
leave
dies.
him, and then also let's leave the prosthetic disinflated stomach on him.
Yeah,
That looks terrible.
Yeah. So then, Leprechaun leaves with the pot of gold.
Not before a security guard shows up.
That's right. A
Yes,
security
yes.
guard shows up. Yes,
60
and like,
hours of combat training.
yeah,
And it's like, also, it hasn't been established by us, but Cody is actually wanted for the kidnapping of Bridget and the murder of the kid from with the lawnmower face.
yeah.
It's pretty gruesome to be wanted for that kind of murder.
Right. Why? Because he left the flowers with his card that said Cody at
Yes.
the scene of the crime
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And the cops are like, yeah, we talked to Bridget's family, and they said he's a bad dude.
Yeah, I think they went to the school of Detective Vaughn from Valentine's, so you know they're operating under the same sort of detective
Yeah, they also
skills.
said that she looked good, and I want to sleep with her. Wait, what?
But
You
meanwhile,
know Denise Richards?
Yeah. Apparently, she's a very good actor.
yes, whatever she does well. Right on the button.
I literally, okay, like a side story, I thought when Rena said that in the show, like, I so thought that she was going to go into being like, yeah, and she's always stereotyped as a whore, and I was going to be like, I feel validated!
Yeah.
But she didn't say that.
Yeah,
She
no,
was
you're just
in-
an asshole.
she-
Yeah.
Was sort of hinting that. But anyway,
Yeah.
Whatever she does it well.
Yeah.
Sucking dick.
Marrying Charlie Sheen.
paralyzing her face with Botox.
Oh. Why is that the thing that we all got sad about?
She's so hot.
Because it's sad when you look at her. Now, meanwhile, we find out Cody is indestructible now, untouchable by the Leprechaun.
Oh yeah, the Leprechaun
Why?
drives through him with a go-kart.
Yeah.
He got a decked out car.
Oh, yeah.
Full on ghost
the
dad
leper
right
cart?
there.
I
yeah,
call
the
it.
leper cart, and then he drives through him, and he's like, whoa, because he has a piece of gold.
He's got like Bowser's cart from Mario Kart.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
got fucking like
spikes,
Yes.
flames.
the
Yeah,
wheels have
full
like
on-
blades on them to spin. It's got skulls on it.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for the...
As he like gets in, yeah.
And the fucking guy from like Mad Max Fury Road just playing
Doof
guitar.
warrior on top of it.
Die.
It's
Live
got
again.
it literally has like a no shamrock symbol on it.
Yeah,
It's-
Yeah.
Big old like
Right?
red circle with the
Which
line
is the
through
only throwback to the first movie of shamrocks are also a problem for him.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right?
fucking funny.
Will not break for Shamrock.
Right? Because the movie is like, no, we're going to make a new problem, this wrought iron
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Wrought iron's more believable. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrought iron goes with the lore more.
Yeah, people hate metal. This is a pro-plastic movie.
So then, Cody's enjoying his invulnerability from the Leprechaun.
Which I didn't like. So basically, he does have the curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
He can't die because he has the coin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that wasn't a thing in the first movie.
Nope.
No,
Not
just
at
made
all.
it up.
Yeah.
They just made it up.
Right. But the security guard does get run over by the cart.
Yeah, just flattened.
Just straight up dead. Right? So now the leprechaun goes back to the tree, and Bridget is pretending to actually like him now in order to try to stab him with this oar.
Yeah.
But it just bounces off of him like a curly cue.
Yeah.
Like it just bends.
He's so
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
What is this part?
Nah,
It's
it
not made of wrought
sense.
iron.
Made no sense. Absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It does. It was just like this. Like
She's
we're not ready to wrap this movie up.
She's got her red brave dress on. She's got her hair all
Yeah.
teased up, trying to seduce him. and
Yeah.
it just went nowhere.
And then Cody gets to the tree.
Yep.
He fights some fucking skeletons from.
That was cool.
Evil
That's
Dead.
really cool.
The
yeah,
Evil Dead
that's the best
skeletons.
part.
Straight up Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray Harryhausen
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Which is the slave. It's the dead body of the, slave.
of the slave.
In the
It's her
beginning of the movie.
great grandfather.
Right?
Yes.
Which is never
I don't know why it traveled in the tree from
I
Ireland.
wish, just because this movie's so ridiculous already, I literally wish, like at the end of the movie, he would have been like, "Goodbye, great granddaughter." Like it's just a skeleton, like goodbye.
It would have been funny if the skeleton's head was on backwards because he's got his neck fucking snapped.
He's walking around like this.
He's like, "Rrrr." Yeah, no, that scene's cool.
It's very cool. But the leprechaun is basically controlling his slave to be
Yes.
like, go get him. Right? He fights that. Then they lose the leprechaun at some point,
Yeah.
and
They do a fucking Scooby Doo bullshit,
Yeah.
just through the
Scooby-Doo.
tunnels.
Come out again.
It's literally just missing the Benny Hill theme song.
Yep. And then Bridget is there because they get split up.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, so we lost him, and all he said was that we need that last gold coin, and he'll just leave us alone." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Right? He's like, "All right, let's make out." Right.
Yeah.
And kisses her. Right. And then gives her the last gold coin to give to the leprechaun. But, well, sorry, turns out it's the leprechaun, which I love when Warwick Davis' voice is coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
But this is when we actually see then the shape shifting. So he
Right.
can project holograms and shapeshift.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I have the coin," and then real Bridget comes out of nowhere, and she's like, "Why'd you give it to him?" And he's
Yeah,
like,
you fucking idiot. Also, did you make out with that leprechaun?
yeah. And that's when he's like, "Check it out, it's the chocolate coin."
Ooh, you stupid bitch.
Right? And then he proceeds to somehow
I forget
the
this,
leprechaun
does he-
has a wrought iron pole that he throws at Cody and straight up stabs him in the chest.
Yes, yeah,
Right?
and he's like, oh,
Right?
Yeah.
And then Bridget is like, "No, my man!" Right? And starts fighting the
Yeah.
leprechaun. And as this happens, I guess Cody took it out of his chest and then stabs it into the leprechaun's chest. And I'm like, well, wait, how did the leprechaun throw it the first time if it's wrought iron and it hurts him?
It's just like a hot potato. He was
Yeah, he was just throwing
Right?
it.
So it lands in his chest, and then they're like, "He's gonna blow!"
yeah. Which is so fucking awesome when he fucking
He goes
blows
full. He
up.
goes full scanners.
It's one of
This
those
was-
things where they put 3 cameras on the explosion.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay, clear. Are we clear?
and it's
Camera roll.
right.
And his head fucking flips around a bunch in the shot, too. And they're
then-
like, thank God we're rid of this evil.
End credit.
And thank God we're rid of this evil.
That I had to rewind the ending because I thought I missed something, or there was something wrong with the file that I downloaded to watch this, and I was
Why?
just like,
Because it just
just-
abruptly
No, it just
Ended.
fucking ends.
So literally, he explodes. They walk upstairs. It's now daylight,
Yes.
right? And they're walking out of the tree, and she goes, "Are you going to keep the coin?" And he goes, nah, it's not worth it. Right? And I was like,
Flips
just like
the coin.
sitting through this movie.
Yeah.
Flips the coin, drops it, and you're expecting some sort of like, grant.
Like
you
the
know,
carry,
you know?
and to carry your hands because that'd be great.
Anything.
Nope, just like.
And then it goes through the credits, and I'm like,
Leprechaun. Next time he's gonna be in Las Vegas. Well, eat till he gets to the hood.
I bet there's lots of coins there in Las Vegas.
Someone hire Warwick Davis for something else.
You remember this guy from Willow?
See him for 1 second in Solo.
no. But speaking of music, I also found that what's his name, Cody's theme was really. They tried to make it a little modern. It was a lot. It really dealt a lot of like.
Had it, what, like a actual theme
when
song,
he
you
went
mean?
down.
Oh, every time he shows up.
Yeah, when
the
he
music
went.
that plays.
When he went.
Da-na-na.
It was like a U2 where the streets have no name before it went in with the horror vibe or something like
Yeah.
that. If you go back and listen to it, I don't know. It just maybe it was trying to appeal to what was going on or something like that. But really, like I said, I had to rewind it. The movie just ended abruptly. It literally felt like somebody was kidnapped me in a car, drove me all over town, and then just hit the brakes and told me to get out. That's literally how I felt in the movie. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if there was like maybe a director's version that was going to happen. But in the end, it just ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
and
God.
what's crazy about it is that like because the movie starts out with this legend of 3 sneezes.
Yeah,
right?
and you think it's
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, and it never comes back.
You would think that at least maybe not like that's how we defeat him, but like you
It would
think
be a
that,
problem.
Like, literally, he's about to like marry her and shit. Right, like straight up Haunted Mansion style,
Even
and then
if
Terrence Stamps comes out, and it's like
Got his dick out.
But even if you wanted to end it like in a really campy way, she could sneeze at the end in a medium shot, and he says, "Aren't you gonna say God bless you?" No, and then be like, we're gonna get married.
Also, here's the question: like, is it 3 sneezes consecutively, or is it like 3 sneezes you never got blessed? Like, if I sneeze today and then I sneeze tomorrow and then I sneeze the next day, like if he just shows up like, aha!
this is like the Gremlins.
Yeah,
2
Gremlins 2.
rules.
Like, it's always after midnight.
Well, but you're not wrong. Is like we don't know the established. Like, is it 3 just like I'm having a sneezing attack, or is it like that? Or but also like we could have at least been like maybe Cody got locked up somewhere and he couldn't save her, and they're about to get married, and like she has to sneeze right before she's like it's consummated or something, and then he's just like, God bless you. Like anything.
Him and Madame
right?
Leota drive
And
their
then-
car through the wall.
Right? And then straight up, the Leprechaun fucking pissed because another 1,000 years has to go by, so he's like straight up trying to murder them for the climax of the movie.
and then they blow him up.
And then they bone.
Oh, it's a 3-way with
Oh,
Warwick.
shit.
They Eiffel Tower her. Oh, shit.
Looks like someone's getting lucky. Yeah, like there's just a lot of missed opportunity in a movie that's already silly. It's like you at least could have committed to what you wrote.
Also, let's like you mentioned earlier. Let's not forget that Cody 1 is wanted for a suspected murder, kidnapping, and now his legal guardian, which he's a minor, has been found dead and disemboweled.
Yep.
In front of an open safe, which would also implicate him in attempted theft and the murder of a security guard.
Yep.
And he just chucked him. Let's call it a day in Tommy's Burgers and let's see what's up.
Yeah. There's no consequences for what just happened. You gonna tell me you gonna explain it away with a leprechaun? You're gonna be right next to that homeless dude.
Yeah? Yeah. that homeless dude will probably come out better out of the situation than him.
Yeah.
He's gonna get lobotomized.
All right. So, would you recommend this movie?
No. Watch
No.
watch the third one. And In the Hood.
No. Because even if this was one of the 1 and 2 that got released in the theaters, and the other ones went direct to video, the other ones are way more entertaining because they decided that, none of it's going to see it in the theater, so we have nothing to lose.
How
We're
the
going to be
hell did this make it to theaters?
It did.
Well, yeah, I know.
1 and 2 made it to theaters. The other one,
It did
3
say
and on.
limited release.
Yes.
But still.
People
Still.
did pay money to see Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody, though. So.
Oh, man. Harry Malik is going to come in. He's going to find us.
He's got Chewie with those big old teeth.
Oh, my God.
And his wooden performance. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
liked it.
I know you did. Sorry.
But didn't you cry at the end again?
I did. But it wasn't because of.
I'm not even making fun. I'm actually asking the question.
Right.
Yeah, you cried
No,
at the end.
I cried because of like the story it's based on, like everything.
Yeah,
You know?
being himself. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Then I love Queen. Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't love Queen? Like, it's amazing
No, I don't know.
music.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not recommend this one unless you're just like, I literally have no like St. Patty's Day movies to put on in
Yeah,
the background of
right.
my St. Patty's Day party
Just-
or at the bar.
Just watch Luck of the Irish, the Disney Channel original movie about the
Yeah.
kid who's turning into a
Because-
leprechaun.
Just seeing the first one as a reference so I can, get a better handle what was different in the second one. The first one, still being bad, is way better than the second one. And then the small parts I've seen in the third or fourth or fifth are way better than this. Was just not good.
I would say, although like the first one's filmed so dark. Like,
Yeah.
it's like nobody had any lights on.
No, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
physically dark.
Yeah. Like in
Yeah.
the first scene with his introduction, I thought they were trying to do an air of mystery that you don't know what the leprechaun will look like, and it'll be a final reveal of his grotesque face. But literally, he didn't get
More
get
like
lit.
David the Gnome in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. No. I put it on the background, but that's like.
Yeah.
I can't even think of like scenes that I would want to put up on the Instagram. Really.
No,
Like,
not at all.
it would just be the kills, just for the sake of the fun of it. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
maybe just the explosion. No,
Yeah, that shit's
that's-
sweet.
That would just be it.
Yeah.
The
So-
Bridget is so wooden. Cody, you kind of feel sad, but then he's out of place, and everybody else is you just don't care for.
Yeah.
You just don't. Morty, maybe he's the saddest character there, but he's just a drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not worth it.
Nope.
So
I do not recommend.
on a scale of Jaws to Jaws the Revenge.
Jaws the Revenge.
Jaws. Yeah, The Revenge.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm Jaws 3.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
This was a hard watch for me. And I thought Vice Academy was hard.
You would say this was worse than Vice Academy?
What? Yeah, that's what I mean.
Vice Academy was barely a film.
Yeah.
At least it had the kitschiness of like the raunchiness of sex and booze and stuff like that. But when you really have to see it in a way, it was just. Oh, I still stand by it.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. So, as we always like to do now, we had an opinion about this film, but there's still one person we haven't heard from. And this is where we like to ask Tyler, what did Carly think?
Did not like it. Hated it. But fucking loves
Butt
this.
fucking?
No, that's this movie. No, but fucking loves the scene where he's in the go-kart.
Why?
Because he's like looking in the little car. Yeah. Just that scene, literally. Everything else is just so like,
Makes me
whatever.
laugh so hard.
He in the little car.
Because it's just so. This is why I love this bit, because it's just so genuine. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
a little
yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Like, I like robots, and look at him in his little car. Oh, that's great. So, and then we like to hear from a couple other people that seem to think that this was the best movie they've ever seen. And those people, I ask, give me 5. I have 2. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I have 2. The first one's written in 2006 by a JLWQQQQ.
Shout out.
Yeah. Titled Best Out of All 6 Leprechaun Movies. Right? This movie is fun. A great flick to catch. I own all of the Leprechaun movies, and I like to watch them and then put them away and watch them like a year or 2 years later. like as if like he himself needs to dig them up.
It takes me 12 years to watch the entire trilogy or the entire
Does he
sex
go
trilogy.
bury them in the forest and exhume them every year?
They're fucking cursed.
But this is a great horror movie. It has a good plot / story, fun remarks, surpluses of gore / terror, violence, etc. The leprechaun gets a bride and kills many to get his coin back, but in the meantime, while the bride's boyfriend has the coin and fights the leprechaun in its evil domain under a tree, you have to catch this. It's great. Distributed by Vidmark Entertainment, rated R for horror, violence / gore, and has some nudity. Rodman Flender does a great job directing this flick, and I give him respect for his job.
It was so well constructed.
I read that verbatim.
Just get ready for the next one.
Well, the part where I was just like, what is happening?
It's when he starts like, distributed by.
Well, no, because, the point was, the leprechaun gets a bride and kills many to get his coin back, but in the meantime, while the bride's boyfriend has the coin and fights the leprechaun in its evil domain under a tree, you have to catch this great... because basically it's the conjunction, but in the meantime...
Yeah,
right?
in the meantime, this film was... Yeah, dude, all these reviews were written by, an AI that didn't understand grammar. It's like, this next one's good.
Okay. So, this one is, Amazon.
Yeah.
We got an Amazon one.
Yes, because there wasn't very many 10-star reviews for this film.
Good. I like that when we mix it up.
Not enough that weren't like, this is campy and it's bad on purpose.
And the problem is that on Amazon, a lot of times people are just like, it was a quality Blu-ray, good sleeve.
Yeah, that's what I saw a lot of too.
Right? Because they're rating the shipping or how it packaging and stuff like that, which is like, I don't care. So this one is written by Acumen Satan. Wait, no, wait, hold on.
Cuban?
A Cuban Satan.
Get ready,
Oye, chico.
gentlemen.
Satanás.
Shut up. Because this is crazy. This is written by Matteo Santanico Quai 666 Dejevel Papai Sat Tuefen Akuman Satan.
Oh no, Jonathan just summoned a demon! It's in the studio!
They're like, finally a podcast read my review out loud. I have taken my ultimate form.
I am free.
It's literally Warwick Davis.
He's like, we can't see him, he's shorter than the table!
Fuck you!
I was in Willow!
I was Greedo.
The little Greedo baby, right?
Yeah. All his parts got cut.
Yeah,
Right?
fuck.
But he was still in the movie in the crowd scenes.
Yeah, where he's like,
yeah. So, Satan writes, titled Power is Gold. Okay? I love the Leprechaun. He's so clever and tricky. So are his rhymes. He can put anything on anybody. It'll be scary, a leprechaun lurking through the shadows, then deceiving you. I wasn't disappointed in the audio... Jesus Christ. I wasn't disappointed in the audio quality. What gets me, the leprechaun could kill them right away, but I said before, he does a lot of trickery and is completely deceitful. There's nudity in the second and third one. Very brief, but it'll hurt you. But it won't hurt you, I guess. Like, it won't hurt you. There's nudity in the second and third one. Very brief, but it won't hurt you.
Yeah.
What?
In all of these 4 movies, there's attractive women and humor, action, and a little romance, and letdowns concerning Romaine.
Romaine? Like romance?
Romane.
Romaine lettuce?
I got fucking salmonella.
Plenty of people die in these movies. You won't be let down for long if you get these movies, if you're a fan of horror and folklore.
I guess I'm not a fan of.
Anyone else
folklore.
smell toast?
What I've read so far.
I saw it, I was like, what the fuck?
I just like it seems like there's like schizophrenic personalities where like one personality wants to review the movie, the other one's like, and the audio was good.
They got bad literacy in hell. It's a guy.
So the leprechaun goes away and there's some really good kills. Yeah, but there's nudity too and it won't hurt you.
Hey, the audio is okay.
Let's talk about the fourth movie. Also, like, that's weird too because like he says there's nudity in the second and third one. I literally by mistake, well, not by mistake, like sometimes I'll watch these movies and then I'll fall asleep. Right, and if it's like a trilogy or a saga of movies, I put them all in the same like digital file folder, right? So all the movies were going on. I woke up to Leprechaun 4 in space, right? And straight up, like one of the girls from Baywatch is like his sidekick or something. I don't know what was going on because I've never seen it, right?
Yeah.
But she straight up just like is like seduces people by just being like, "Here's my breasts,"
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I'm like. There's nudity in all of them, other than the first one, I guess.
I'm actually pretty excited for Space because there's a scene where he gets really large, and they actually just grabbed him and
So he's just normal.
They free transformed him and pulled on the corner to make it like a proportional thing, and he gets all pixelated and looks like shit. It's so good.
Oh. God, that was a good review. So that just about does it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Happy St. Patrick's Day, if you're still listening out there. If not, go fuck yourself. No, thank you for joining us. Next week is our 100th episode. Wow. I know. We've gotten this far.
I can't believe we've done that many.
And we're canceled. So join us next week for our 100th episode. Still keeping it a secret. I think we're just going to it's going to happen and you're going to be surprised at this point. Which is code for we're pre-recording this and I don't know what it is. But please rate, review, and subscribe if you think we missed anything on this episode, or there's something that you wanted us to talk about and comment. Maybe we'll cover it in the next shorties. And you can rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Those reviews do help us and help other people find our show. You can also review us on Facebook. That would also help get more views to our page. Our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are all at Bombs Away Show. If you want to write to us a more personal message, you can write to us contact at bombsawayshow.com. If this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. Keep coming back, and make sure that you subscribe on whatever podcast app that you're listening to. Other than that, don't forget we do have t-shirts available at tpublic.com/stores/bombs-away-show. Fucking hate it. But I had no choice. That's what they gave to us. But you can search for Showgirls tees, tees that have to do with Abducted in Plain Sight, Demolition Man, New Year's Evil, Miami Connection. You got the Dragon Sound shirt, which you can't find anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Right? We had to make our own.
Friends for Eternity.
Right? 2 different Death Spa shirts.
Yeah.
I love the thumbs up thing.
Yeah,
I really love the
yes.
Planet Fitness parody. And these are all made by yours truly, and they do help us on every shirt that you buy. We get a percentage cut from TeePublic, so you are actually helping fund this show and keeping it operational. Because a lot of people don't realize podcast is free for you guys. It's not free for us.
Nope.
You know, time is money. We have to take off for work, but also we have to invest in equipment. We will be rolling out probably either our Patreon or Indiegogo soon, because there are more things that we want to invest in to bring the best show to you guys possible, to bring you more live stuff, to bring you more 4D entertainment. These kind of things we can only do with your help and support. So first and foremost, go buy a t-shirt, because you get a prize from it. Like immediately you get instant gratification. A t-shirt comes to your house. It's from us. with love. I send out my love vibes with every T-shirt, especially that it's just kids stuff one. But no, thank you for supporting us so far. Thank you for joining us for all the live shows. Remember, there is no live show this month. We are coming back with a vengeance next month, and that one will be announced shortly. Okay? Anything? Did I miss anything? We good?
No.
Okay.
We're good.
So, once again, thank you for listening. Join us next week for the 100th episode. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Vicente.
I'm Tyler.
And this has been a finger licking good. Is that good?
Cry as you may, cry as you might. It's going to be one hell of a wedding night.
Don't kiss me. I'm not Irish.
We fucking.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?